Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2019 mid-month general readings. I apologize ahead of time for any coughing or anything like that I do during the reading. I'm getting over a bad bronchial thing. I'm actually over the feeling awful part, but I do sound a bit like an asthmatic frog, so I apologize for that. So welcome to everyone, welcome to any newcomers, and welcome any returning people and subscribers. Thank you for those of you who continue to follow this channel so faithfully, and for those of you who take the time to send in your support and comments and feedback. And always a big thank you to all of my clients out there. You guys keep me so busy always with personal one-on-one readings. It is an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you very much. So if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more info and contact details by clicking on the description bar below. In fact, you can click on the description bar attached to any of the videos I post. You can also go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the little About button there. You can email me directly at maggie_McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. Turnaround time for personal readings is pretty decent. I do readings full-time 5 to 6 days a week, so I work pretty diligently with people's schedules. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life of all different types and lengths, including gift readings, career work and finance, love and romance, compatibility, investment readings, and I do 6 and 12-month overviews which take a look at what's coming and all the main areas of your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. So some options for you to consider. So if you're interested, send me an email. We will go from there. So moving on into this reading is for the water sign of Cancer, our crabs, our lovely Cancerians, for the remainder of February 2019. Remember to watch your rising and moon sign videos as well if you know them, because they can provide additional clarification. Most of you know that there are many people watching these videos, and so the general readings can always resonate a little differently for everyone. Okay, Cancer, let's see what's in store for you for the remainder of February 2019. All right, Cancer. Around the beginning of the month, third week or so, we have the King of Swords, followed by the Ace of Cups. During the last week or at or towards the end of February 2019, we have the Five of Swords, followed by the Sun. And from the bottom of the deck, representing overall focus, energy, and guidance for the remainder of February, we have the Lovers. Cancer, you have a very, very similar reading to, I believe it was Leo, which I did earlier today. I've done a few since then. Your reading is quite similar. And as I said in the Leo video too, I don't know, maybe some of you are dealing with a Leo, or some of you might have Leo in your chart or something of that sort. I know a lot of people have been transitioning, ending a cycle, or struggling to end a cycle, which involves some pretty important decisions and choices. And I see that kind of continuing here, being more focused in the remainder of February. Some of you, I feel like this is probably almost certainly going to be in the relationship area of your life, whether it's the love and romance relationship, or a relationship of a different sort or different energy. Because your overall energy for the remainder of February is the Lovers, which can represent a karmic, soulmate, kindred spirit relationship. Definitely very passionate, lots of fire, no lack of heat in this relationship. The Lovers also represents making a choice. In fact, in the early tarots, this was called the Choice, not the Lover, and it represented, showed a man standing in front of two women, or two women standing in, or two men standing in front of a woman. The implication being that a choice had to be made that was going to significantly affect a primary relationship or the lives of everyone included. This is not to say that you may be choosing between two people in a love and romance situation. I mean, it might be the case for some of you, but it represents making a choice that is either about a significant relationship or will likely affect a significant relationship. For example, if it were a significant or important, impactful decision about job, work, and career, that could definitely impact, you know, a primary relationship or marriage, particularly if you were, you know, if your salary was going to change or it was going to require relocation or something of that sort. So it's either about a relationship or it's going to significantly affect an important primary relationship for you. So we have the King of Swords followed by the Ace of Cups. This is so similar to Leo's reading. They have the King of Swords clarified by Judgment. And you have the King of Swords clarified by the Ace of Cups. So the King of Swords could represent an air sign individual who is significant in this situation. It could be the person that this choice is about or around. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising, showing up as a male, but could be a female as well. The King of Swords, Swords is air energy. That's the element which governs the suit. And in the tarot, this is the energy of the mind, mental energy, cerebral, intellectual energy. What our belief systems are, what our ideologies are, what we think, what we believe, what our perceptions and perspectives are, because that affects the way that we see the world, relate to the world and to people in the world, and how we communicate our words and our ideas, because it's all based on our own belief system. It's about truth, enlightenment, higher education, everything that goes on up in here. Kings and queens represent individuals who have mastered their suit, meaning that they have reached a point of self-mastery and self-discipline, of balance in the character traits that are inherent to their suit. So the King of Swords is an individual, and for some of you for whom this isn't a separate individual, this is just going to be the fundamental energy that you're trying to or are being advised to manifest. The King of Swords is somebody who will make a decision, because definitely a decision, an important choice is on board here. He's going to make that decision based on careful evaluation of truth. He comes from a place of the mind before the heart, not the mind against the heart, particularly in a relationship matter, because emotions are always involved. But he will not make a decision, or he's not prone to making a decision that is completely driven by emotions or feelings. As a matter of fact, the King of Swords would be willing to sacrifice his own emotions and feelings and wants on the altar of what is the truth, what is reality, what is the absolute right thing to do. Even if it conflicts with what maybe he wants to do, he's going to do what he feels is the right and realistic thing to do based on what he sees as truth, or she sees as truth. So this is the fundamental energy. It's about making a decision and a choice that does have emotions involved, and they do influence and affect us, of course, but this is also about maintaining reality in the situation. If we make a decision or a choice and choose a path on moving forward, regardless of what area of your life this is manifesting on, if we do it based on how we wish things could be and what we see the potential of it, if we're not looking at certain realities, we may make a decision that we're not able to manifest, particularly when it involves another person's free will and actions, simply because it's what we want or what we think it can manifest into. So this is about making a decision that's based not just on what we want, but what we think is what is the reality of the situation. If this is a relationship decision, do we both have the same relationship goals? Because if not, and you don't speak that truth in the conversations that you have, and you move forward agreeing to what your partner wants, even if it's not the same thing you want in terms of where the relationship is going, it is ultimately doomed to fail. The King of Swords, speaks his truth. So to clarify that, we have the Ace of Cups. This is and this is also advice about being honest, maintaining honesty, honor, and integrity in your communications and how you speak as well, and being honest about where you're really coming from and what you really want. The Ace of Cups is new emotional beginnings. Sometimes this can be new love and romance, the heart opening up again. It can represent reconciliations or renewal within an already existing relationship, which I feel like this is an already existing relationship. It can represent the heart opening up again. But again, this is kind of a mix of air and water both. So If it's reconciliation or a renewal within an already existing relationship, or you're talking about where you want to go in the future of this relationship, there is a lot of positive, hopeful energy. But again, make sure that everybody involved is very clear and honest about what they want and where they're going and what is actually achievable here. Now, at or towards the end of the month, we have the Five of Swords and the Sun. Again, very similar to the last two cards in Leo's reading. They had the Eight of Wands clarified by the Ten of Cups. So the Five of Swords is a hard-won victory. It represents victory after much conflict or a long battle or challenge of some kind. Sometimes there is a bit of cautionary advice here, because this is a battle which is hard fought, and there was a lot of costs and sacrifices along the way. He has obviously won, but he has gathered up he's gathered up all their swords. He's holding his own aloft in victory. You can see his enemies or challengers or whatever the opposition has been are defeated on the ground behind him. But he's tired, worn out, exhausted, bleeding from a little cut on his forehead. The colors are still kind of, a bit grim and murky. This has not been an easy challenge. And even though he's technically won, it's cost quite a bit. Sometimes the people on the ground behind him can represent a victory that comes at the cost of leaving people behind. As well. So the cautionary advice with this is the accompanying question is often, was it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is the victory worth it? Sometimes it's yes, sometimes it's no. And it's sitting next to the King of Swords. So again, it's about being honest and speaking your truth and where you want to go, and this choice that you're making that looks like it's going to significantly impact a primary relationship. Make sure you speak your truth. If you are in a relationship with someone and you want it to move forward, but they don't really want it to go in the same direction, or they're not sure and they've been waffling for a long time, there's a certain truth and reality there. And if you continue to stay with them not speaking your real truth because you're afraid it means you're going to have to leave this person behind, that relationship, number one, is never going to go where you want it to go anyway. And number two, it's ultimately going to most likely end after you've invested even more time in it. So sometimes speaking your truth may mean excuse me, that you have to leave someone or some ones behind, but that means that what's really good and true for you is still out there. And some of you, it just may mean that the renewal or reconciliation or the healing of a relationship is only going to come from speaking your truth, even though that may be difficult to do. Now, the Five of Swords is clarified by the Sun, which is beautiful, the most positive, influential card in the tarot. Please excuse me. Because when the Sun comes out in a tarot spread, it affects all the cards in the spread. When you think about the actual Sun, it comes out, nothing hides under the Sun. It clarifies everything. It affects everything. Light, love, warmth, laughter. There's automatically an uplifting of energy, a releasing of maybe previously restricted energies or loosening up. It can boost all the positive energy in the cards surrounding it, and can lessen any challenging energy. There's a social energy to this, a laughing energy to this sometimes as well. Again, I feel quite strongly, Cancer, that this is about speaking your truth in whatever this decision is. I feel like there have been a lot of challenges and fears in speaking what your truth is and moving forward, but I feel like those of you that have refrained from doing that or refrained from doing that directly, you've suffered from that. But now, because of recent, perhaps, enlightenment, you have come to the place where you're like, I know this is what I really want in this situation, but I don't want to move forward if it's not possible, and I need to see what the reality of this is. And in order for me to know this, I need to open my mouth and speak my truth, and make this decision to do that. And that's where your victory is going to come from. Let's pull a few additional clarifiers to see. And I feel like success and victory, one way or the other, is going to come from this. I feel pretty positive and hopeful that there will be a healing in this relationship. Some of you, that may not be the case for every single person who's watching this video, of course. How could it be? But I feel pretty positive about the majority of you. Speaking your truth is going to put you in a place of joy and fulfillment anyway. Some clarifiers and advice. What is this about? The Six of Cups, the Two of Wands. Definitely one of the soulmate cards, karmic connection, and this decision and choice is about where you move forward from here on out, choosing the right path. Now, the key to choosing the right path with the Two of Wands for additional advice for you, this man is at a crossroads. Do I go left? Do I go right? It's about it's about making the choice not based on what is right here at the crossroads. It's about making the choice based on where you want to end up at. It's very difficult or impossible to pack for a journey that you have no ultimate destination because you don't know how to prepare. This is about setting what your long-term goal, your long-term vision is. If it's relationship, if it's in job, work, career, this works for any area of your life. What's my long-term goal and vision? And then take a look at where you are now. Will this left path lead me realistically towards achieving what I want? Or will the right path lead me there? It's about knowing what your ultimate vision is in your relationship life, which it looks like this is for some of you. Is your current partner on board with you? Or if you're dating and looking for someone, or you just recently met someone, do you have the same ultimate relationship goals? If not, then there's no point in investing in it further. And you need to be honest about that, because even if you stay in the relationship but you're not speaking your truth about that because you're afraid it means separation from the person, you're never going to get to that ultimate goal. So best to speak your truth. That's the ultimate overall advice. Even if it's difficult, because a King of Swords knows what it's like to make a difficult decision based on what he knows to be realistic and true for him or her. But he also knows that if he doesn't speak his truth, he will never be on the path towards achieving his ultimate goal and dream, regardless of what area of life this is about. So it's definitely about honest and open communication and speaking your truth. That's where your success is going to come. That's where your victory is going to come, whether it's in the short term or a little bit further out for some of you. So Cancer, that pretty much sums up your February 2019 mid-month readings. I hope you found it helpful and will continue to as the month continues to play out. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, just click on the description link below or the description link attached to any of the videos I post, or go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on that little About button. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1McGuire@gmail.com and be delighted to work with you and set up a reading for you live or recorded. I can usually get back to you within the same day or the first 24 hours of your initial contact with some more information. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link is also provided. And that's good for quick answers to the quick, easy questions. For more complex issues or traditional readings, send me an email and I will send you back information about the different other types of readings I do. But a few different options for you to choose from. So Cancer, I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the March 2019 general readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.